Greetings, everyone. Peace and blessings. How's everybody doing? I am the Moon Mama. Today is Monday, and Monday is the day that is ruled by the moon, and the moon is currently in Sagittarius. So we have the sun in Cancer and the moon in Sag, and the sun in Cancer is kicking my motherfucking ass. Let me just tell y'all the truth, right? It is like, what, right? Because the sun in Cancer brings us back to our true selves, our core. It brings us to the core because Cancer is the inner world. It is the mother. It's matter. Hey, Zakia. Hi, everybody. It's matter. It's the creative process. It's all this deep feminine energy. And I will say the thing that I see in our culture that is, fascinating to me is that we really have made a practice of stepping over the feminine. We act as if the feminine doesn't have any power, any value, when the feminine is everything. And we see it in our religious practices, Christianity, Islam. These huge religions have no true honoring recognition of feminine power. And because of that, it has become imbalanced, and the masculine has become like the superpower, but the masculine cannot do what the feminine does. Like, it's like they're trying to grow babies, like that video I've seen going around where they're growing babies in sacks, trying to eliminate the feminine. It's really about eliminating the feminine. And so we get to ask ourselves in our own lives, how are we eliminating the feminine? What are we doing to the feminine? And the feminine is the internal, unseen, dark, still presence. How often are you just coming to yourself and sitting and listening and being quiet, right? What are you doing to honor the feminine in your life? And with the moon, and the moon is the feminine. The moon is the feminine energy. It is the feminine power. And, it's really significant for us to understand that the feminine gives birth to everything, right? So where in your own life have you given birth to this reality that attempts to ignore the feminine? Where in your own life have you felt like you don't need to do the internal work? You don't need to, do the things to cultivate and make something ready. You don't need to ready yourself. You're going to just go out and do it without having all of the resources in place and the internal things in place. And because we do that all the time. I watch people get into relationships just because it looks good on the outside, but it's not really right on the inside. We do things for external reasons without understanding if it is actually aligned with our feminine energy, with our feminine power. And that has caused the world to be what it is. Does this make sense to y'all? Anybody understand what I'm talking about? And so this is why Cancer energy is kicking our ass, because we have spent so much time dishonoring our inner world, stepping over ourselves, ignoring our truth, pretending, acting like we have it together when we don't, thinking that we're going to get something external without doing the feminine work. This is the result of it. And the world is not going to be functioning that way any longer. It's not how it's going to work. So with the moon in Sagittarius, we get to look at our spiritual connections. How are we getting to the divine practice? How are you creating your life? What are the things you're doing to bring something from the invisible into the seen? Are you honoring the process? Are you honoring the sacred commitment to the feminine? Or are you just trying to step out and make it look good and make it seem good and make it feel good without actually doing the work, without actually paying your fucking dues to the feminine? And so with the moon in Sagittarius, Sagittarius is about our faith. Where are you placing your faith? Where are you placing your faith? This Jupiter is in Aries, right? It's like with Jupiter in Aries, that's really a warrior energy. It really is. Aries is the warrior. Aries is the rebel. Aries is the, I'm going to kick your ass and call your name afterwards, right? So we really are being asked to deconstruct the old way of being, to tear it down, to have the courage to look at ourselves and see where we fucked up and where we haven't been doing things in authentically, clearly, and we've been trying to take steps that aren't ready to be taken with an expectation that it's going to show up in this certain way, and we haven't done the thing that we're supposed to do. We're not doing the due diligence. We just want the reward. That's the patriarchy. That's what the patriarchy does. It says, I just want what I want. I just want it my way. Without understanding what that cost. What will it take for that to happen? What's going to be the payoff? What's going to be the result of that? Whew. I can feel that energy moving through my neck, you guys. Lord have mercy. That Kundalini is something else. And so here we are with this opportunity to really see how we are rooted within ourselves. What's really real? What's the truth? Can you tell yourself the truth about it? And if so, do you have the courage to love yourself in the truth, right? To really love yourself in the truth, to really be in integrity with what's real. So this moon energy, use it today, with the sun in Cancer to I really want to say, I'm ready to do the work and put the rest, otherwise it will continue. That's right. We have to do the work. If we don't do it, it doesn't change. It really doesn't. We will continue to repeat the cycles. So with this Sagittarius moon energy, with the sun and Cancer, it's like Sagittarius asks you to do something foreign. Foreign means you don't know it. It means putting you in a foreign energy, something to discover who you will become in this foreign experience. So one of the ways they talk about that in Sagittarius is traveling, right? But you don't have to travel to be in a foreign space. You can just travel inside of your own consciousness and come up with and do the thing that you've not been willing to do, and then that's foreign. You don't have to, you really want to challenge yourself. And exactly, be honest. And this work is not easy. It's not easy. It's not supposed to be easy. It's probably never going to be easy. And right now, I'm going through things right now that are really challenging for me, that are really tough, because I'm seeing where, maybe I had some fantasy expectation that things were going to work out this way and they didn't. And now I got to go back to the drawing board and be like, okay, that wasn't true. I made a mistake. Where have I been shrinking back? Where am I not being authentic? What are the things? And, we cannot lie to the universe. The universe doesn't play around. It really is. There is a way to do things. There is a way to do things. You cannot skip steps. You cannot leave out the feminine. You cannot. All right, y'all. I don't really have anything else to say. The Neptune class starts tonight. The first live class starts tonight. We're going to have 4 live classes. We're going to be doing the work tonight to be with our understanding the consciousness of dreams and how, what that really is, this energy around dream, because Neptune rules our dreams. That's what it is. It's the unconscious. And so we get to dominate the unconscious through loving ourselves. And so if you want to join this class tonight, there are 4 live classes in this. This is mostly going to be a live class where it's going to be all about live classes, and then the practices that you do in between those live classes. So this class goes from tonight until December 3rd. So we'll have 4 live classes between now and December 3rd. And it's $33 a month. The subscription is $33 a month. I would love to have you. This work is really important. And the reason it's important is because we've ignored it for so long. We've ignored it because we have been mesmerized by the external. And the external is the masculine. That's why, like, for me, what that means when I say mesmerized by the external, like, I might see a man and just be so into him and not even understand, well, what will it take for me to be in connection with that man? What am I going to get here? What's the value here? That the feminine work is what actually is calling me to this person. Am I being called here because of a wound? Am I being called here because of gifts? Am I being called here for progress? Am I being called here to be in some old bullshit that I've always been doing? What am I really doing here, right? What's the real thing? And with that, we have to do the internal work and the external. So, thank you guys. Have a really beautiful day, and I will talk to you soon. Peace and blessings.